Hello everyone, my name is Zard, and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be taking a look at set 76192, the Avengers Endgame Final Battle. So this set has 6 minifigures, one big fig being Thanos, and then one miniature figure being Ant-Man. There. So this set costs $100 Canadian and has 529 pieces and is for ages 8 and up. So now I'll take a look at the minifigures. So here are the 8 characters of the set. Now I will take a closer look of each of them. So the first figure is the smallest character of this set and is, if I can actually hold it, is Ant-Man. So this figure is quite hard to get into focus with it being so small, but it has quite a bit of details, like most miniature minifigures. You can see the helmet there, there's a bit of detailing there, and the torso part of it and the legs also have detail. There's nothing on the back, but there are the little holes or stud places like there are in a minifigure, which is a nice detail on these micro figures. It has the little stud there, so you can put it mostly anywhere on the Lego set except any flat tile spaces. But yeah, I really like this. I think I would prefer a minifigure Ant-Man, but this one is nice to have in the set. Maybe both, but that might be a few too many Ant-Mans in one set. Like, I was thinking one small one normal size minifigure, and then a big Ant-Man would be interesting. But 3 Ant-Man in one set might be a bit too much. So yeah, this is a really nice miniature minifigure, and is quite nice. Again, said nice like, I don't know, 20 times in that one little spot for the minifigure. So here is Captain America, Steve Rogers, with Captain America shield, which looks nice. The printing is pretty good. The white is a little darker than you would like. Same for the blue, but it's better than other shields, I think. The gray backing seems to work pretty well in the couple sets I've had with that shield. He has Mjolnir as an accessory, which looks good. I believe this is the exact same piece they've used since 2012, but it works. Maybe some brown, like leather on the handle there would be something to improve on for this piece, but that's something I don't know if it'll ever happen since they've used this piece for 9 years and haven't changed it. But it works fine, and it looks quite good. So here is the Endgame Captain America suit, which I quite like. I would say it's probably on the top, one of my top suits from the MCU films, with the Winter Soldier suit probably being my favorite one, the stealth suit. The back printing looks cool with those straps, the belt there, and you can see some more detail there. The stars there with the darker red and white, which I think is probably accurate, or it might be a little lighter than that, but with all the dirt flying around, it makes sense that it would kind of be darkened in the scene. You can see some more straps in the belt that works well with the back print. It looks all consistent there. And you can see the little, I think it's hexagons in there throughout the, is it? It's very small, I can't tell. But those look nice, some nice detail there. This helmet that's been used for a few years now, it looks good. There's the face print that is now the standard Steve Rogers face print. Smiling expression, more stern expression with a strap there. You can also, the set comes with a hairpiece for Steve Rogers, which you can just put on there. Looks a bit better on this side, even though, given the scene, him smiling doesn't exactly make much sense, but it's probably worse for Wanda over there, who has the red eyes now, but the other face print, I'm sure you've seen it, is it's quite a happy expression. So yeah, that's the Steve Rogers figure. There. The next figure, this minifigure lineup, appears in 2 sets in this Infinity Saga wave, and that is Black Panther. This is a new Black Panther minifigure with the purple energy going throughout the suit. There's no leg printing on the figure, which I don't think is necessary for this figure. Yeah, not a lot of the figures have leg printing in the set. I think out of all of them who don't, I would prefer Scarlet Witch to have it. Just because she's one of my favorite characters, so I'd like really detailed versions of her. The torso print looks nice, same as the back print. The back head print looks good, and the face print also looks good. The all around this minifigure is quite good, but I think I'd like to see it replaced with someone else since it appears in a $25 set in the wave. And just like this Thor, it appears in another set, and that's the Guardian ship. So this is the cheapest way to get this minifigure. The cheapest way to get Thor in the wave would be the Korg's house, but that one's quite different, and I don't think you really want that version of Thor fighting in your Endgame Final Battle. But if you do, cool. There's Stormbreaker has his accessory. I believe this is the same design as the Infinity War wave. The Black Junior's cape is there with the one hole there. It's the same fabric material, it feels. This is one of my first ones of these, and I believe it's the same material. I really like this hairpiece. That expression there with the beard looks really cool. The gunmetal gray arms and the black torso is really nice. Once again, there's no leg printing, but I think for this figure it's fine. Just others, maybe like Captain America or Wanda, it'd be nice to see some leg printing. There is a back facial expression, which is a more smiling expression, which I think for this movie it makes sense for Thor. Even though it doesn't exactly make sense for Thor, he's kind of depressed throughout the whole film, so I guess it doesn't really make sense for him smiling. I don't know why I said that. He has a bit of gray in the beard, and yeah, overall this figure is really cool. Probably one of my favorites of this set, but you can get it in another set, that being the Guardian ship. So here's another minifigure that you can get in other sets, which makes total sense because you kind of want to have multiple of these, and that's the Chitauri. So this is a new Chitauri. I think this is probably my favorite one. I also have the one from 2012, and I think this one is the best. The green eyes look quite cool. The face print is nice. The light gray arms with the dark gray torso. It's a nice mix of gray. There's something about just the plain gray legs that really stick out to me. Like, they just look odd. But I don't know what you could add to the Chitauri. It looks very plain. Like, dark blue, black. For the other figures, it doesn't stick out as much to me, but this dark gray, dark bluish gray really does. There's also some back printing and some back head printing. The blaster there is nice, it's just a stud shooter with a translucent purple stud. I think this is probably the worst build for any of the weapons in the for the Chitauri minifigures, but it works, and it's pretty for a final battle set that has quite a few play features that make sense. You can shoot the Avengers with the stud shooter, and I really don't have a problem including a stud shooter in this set. Next is probably, oh, there goes the Chitauri. Next is my favorite minifigure of this set, because I quite like collecting Iron Man figures, is the Iron Man Mark 85. So this is an updated version of the last Endgame Final Battle set's Mark 85. He has the shield, which has a couple sticker pieces there, the Nexonite shield, and another sloped angled piece there on top of another shield piece, so shield on top of shield. There is these power pieces, like, you can just flick those off. I've never really got them to work, but I have seen them working before. Some more power pieces coming from the boots, and the torso print looks really, really good. It's quite similar to the Mark 50, and I'm sure the other Mark 85 suit torso print, but you can for sure see a difference there. The leg printing is nice with some toe printing. the helmet, it's nice to see this helmet back. I think I do prefer it. You can just lift up the visor, and there's the Tony Stark face, with the one with the HUD there with a more angry expression, which I'd really like to see that angry expression without the HUD. I quite like that, maybe even a bit of a beat-up face, because I think the only time we've really got that was with that Silver Centurion figure, which is quite expensive, so I'd like to see a more beat-up face that would be easily accessible to get. But yeah, that's just that. There's some more detailing on the helmet, but this minifigure, probably my favorite of the set, and you can get this minifigure in a cheaper set, that being the Sanctuary 2, coming later this year in October. The next minifigure is one for the rumor list. I was quite excited for it, and I'm not disappointed by the figure. I guess I'm sort of disappointed, but I like this minifigure, and that's the Scarlet Witch. Or Wanda Maximoff. She's not really the Scarlet Witch yet in Endgame, is she? So the torso printing looks nice. It being printed on, that's a dark or burgundy color torso, so naturally the flesh color is going to be darker, because that's just how all the printings worked, and I never expected to change. There's the necklace there, but the printing is not the best on the torso, not the actual jacket, just the flesh printing there. But the jacket detail looks really nice. There's also a bit there, and you can see that expression, which don't think Wanda's super happy in this scene. Even this has a little smile, which I really don't think fits, and I think that's something that needs to be improved. And you have the same thing with the Scarlet Witch figure from the minifigure series releasing September 1st, is that she has that same face print, which is just, it's not as bad in that situation, but it still doesn't work. The Hermione hairpiece there, or it might have been used for Wonder Woman first, I'm not too sure, but I collect Harry Potter, so to me it's the Hermione hairpiece. I think it looks fine. I think a lighter hairpiece like the one they use in the minifigure series, that color, but this hairpiece I think would be fine. There's some pink power pieces, which not exactly the best color. Yeah, that's just not the best color for the power pieces, because they're red in the movie. That's pretty obvious, and you made red ones for the minifigure series, which just seems odd that they couldn't include them here and they made them pink. But at least not blue or green or yellow or whatever else they could have chosen. I guess out of all the colors, if they're not going to choose red, I guess pink works.